Dear Chinipani, Bujji, Vishnu, the apple of his grandmother's eyes, Nandan, and little Agastya. I'm joined today by Geeta Mami, Vamsi, Aparna and Anya, and Jerry and Akshay to celebrate the life of my beloved sister and your doting mother, Mrs. Suguna Kannan. Dr. Mrs. Suguna Kannan. I'm disappointed that I'm unable to be with you physically, but nevertheless, I'm there with you. And I would like you to remember that I'm there for you always. It's very difficult for me to reminiscence about my sister without thinking of my parents. And let me explain why. Unlike many other families of that era, who usually grew up in the vicinity of their relatives and extended family members, I grew up with my parents and my sister in the steel township of Bhilai. We were an extremely close-knit family. Until such time as my brother joined us later, Dr. Suresh Kannan, my parents and my sister had considerable influence on me. A bond that united us three siblings, among many other things, was the love of reading, a legacy that had been passed on by my father. I still recall that when we were growing up, my father, who loved to read biographies, among other things, he was widely read, introduced us to a book titled Roses in December, which was a biography of an eminent jurist, M.C. Chagla. The title Roses in December was from the phrase, God gives us memories so that we may have roses in December. And today, I'm going to share those roses with you. My sister was extremely fond of me, as I was of her. And when I was much younger, she took great care of me, and that continued even after. A distinct memory from the Bhilai days was she sitting in the back seat of the bicycle of my dad and me hanging on to my mother while she rode a bike. We were a family on wheels, on bicycles, and we went everywhere on that. And it was a great time that we had. And then growing up, the bonds continued to strengthen. But the one thing that stands out about my sister is her intelligence, her wisdom, and her academic aptitude. One of my aunts was fond of saying that Suguna has a photographic memory. Once she reads something, she can reproduce it verbatim. While that may or may not be the case, there's no doubt about it that she was academically brilliant. She topped in the ISC examination conducted by Cambridge University when she was at Timpani School. Her name is there still on the honor board there at the top, as she was in the inaugural class. She was a topper of Andhra University, Vishakhapatnam, and Sri Venkateswara University, Tirupati. Much to the delight of my parents and the extended family members who were there at the convocation in Tirupati, she was awarded the Korni Narayanamma Award for excellence in her MSc Nutrition Studies. She was brilliant. She ended up getting a PhD. in psychology and ended up as HOD and Professor of Nutrition at St. Joseph's College for Women. All that is well known, and she leaves behind a rich legacy with a long association with St. Joseph's College, her excellence as a teacher, the epitome of which was her being awarded the Best Teacher Award by Andhra Pradesh State. And that's one regret that I always have, that my father was not around to witness his daughter get that most prestigious of awards. On a personal note, my sister was not merely my elder sister, but was also a friend, a mentor, and confidant. Over the years, we ended up in different professions, in different countries, but always there was confidence in the affection and love that we had for each other. Every person, every family goes through trials and tribulations, but the simple fact that we had each other gave us immense confidence. She was extremely proud of her children, not merely on account of the accomplishments, but as to how they had turned out to be fine human beings and accomplished professionals in their own sphere of influence. She was delighted to have in Vishnu a wonderful son-in-law. The apple of her eye, however, remains her beloved Nandan, and I'm sure she'll continue to watch over him. She was so delighted to see Agastya. She knew that her end was coming, but always she was the kind of person who was so grateful for the blessings that she had in life. She was so positive, so optimistic, and so caring of others. It was always about others more than so her. I will miss her, as will my family, as will all those who knew her. I would like to leave you all with this beautiful quote from a favorite book of my father's, and then subsequently a book that became a favorite of all of us, How Green Was My Valley by Richard Llewellyn. With your permission, I would like to read it out to you. How green was my valley then, and the valley of them that have gone. But you have gone now, all of you that were so beautiful when you were quick with life. Yet not gone, for you are still a living truth inside my mind. Thank you.